And welcome back to Heisenberg's factory.
Open ChaosArgate. Then,
yes,
welcome back to Village. Sorry I ruined your intro there, Chaos. What? ChaosArgate, I'm really screwing up the intro to your video. I'm sorry.
It's fine. There's a lot of factory. It's cool if we just fucking bullshit around.
There really is a lot of factory. This is a very long section of the game. And this is it's almost like a recurring theme for this series. Or the newer games, I suppose. 5 was this way as well. 6, they just have this strange fascination with these factory oil well drilling complexes.
I'd say this was in the series since the beginning. Like, there was the lab section at the very end of RE1 too.
Man, yeah, I suppose this is a version of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you better practice your dexterity, buddy.
We'll get to that.
What?
There's these big mechanical arms. If you're good at timing your movement, you can just, sneak underneath them. I found out either yesterday or the day before that you could actually just shoot the orange lights to disable them entirely.
Found out? Man, gamers never really do look up. The first thing I did was shoot the lights. I think I started shooting the lights and got them all by accident, and then I was like, oh, I could have run under them. Whoa! That is some kind of blindness.
That is incredible.
Yeah. We did it completely in reverse, I guess.
That's impressive. It's cool though. It's cool though that you can even run underneath them. If you don't notice. Because if you have no ammo. I like that you have
the flexibility.
Yeah, and if you came into this section with no ammo, you would be screwed.
Yeah, like I think in my playthrough, I had to sneak through and lure some of these friendos.
Check this out. Check this out.
Oh, I believe we've got a demonstration coming. Ingenuity. Ingenuity is what you have to your name, my friend. That is what I will say. I will forgive the blindness. You're making use. You're making use of the environment.
Yeah, you can't do that if you disable these arms.
Very true. See, by the end here, I just waited and mulched them up. I got lazy.
Yeah, I thought it was funnier to let them do it to themselves.
I like to imagine that those visors on their heads, right? Like, they've got a Sam Fisher little goggle eye on them, but I'm gonna imagine they're not for sight and the enemies are actually blind. It's dark in here. They don't need to see anyway. Heisenberg doesn't give a fuck.
I'm still... part of me still does not want to let Argate off of the hook because these machines are waving their big orange glowing weak points right in his face.
I'm willing to forgive it. I'm willing to forgive it because it looks like a lot of other glowing lights in here. You know what I mean? Although with that said,
I'm pretty sure you can shoot. I'm pretty sure you can shoot every one of those glowy orange lights.
You can, and it looks like quite a bit of the set dressing in here. But I will compare the orange lights. About 2.5 minutes ago, you did just shoot an enemy with a giant drill arm who had a big glowing orange thing right on his chest. Like, that's the only way to kill that enemy. So they did kind of teach you.
And they are the same as the doors.
But it's a fascinating.
Yeah, so they are just me being an idiot, not noticing it.
Nah, see, I'm not willing to give you shit for it. Even still, I'm still willing to say fair enough, because environmental hazards in games are really hard to get the player to pay attention to. Like, when you were running away from Moreau and you had to shoot down those wooden boards to, like, lower down that building so you could run along it, the tape, like that box in the corner, the tape is just radioactive piss yellow. It is like you have not drank water in a month. And that is the color of your piss, is the color of that tape. That is Ethan Winter's yellow tape. They made sure that you can see it and you have no choice but to see it, because everything else in that scene is green and beige. But here, look at the lights in this very scene. All of the lights in this scene are glowing the same kind of way as everything that you can shoot. It's got that soft red and yellow glow to it. So I don't blame you, man. It is A beautiful bit of visual identity that is a little bit confusing to look at when you have a gun in your hand. This is a pretty looking game.
Thank you for giving me the, yeah, thank you for giving me the credit that I'm not going to give myself.
I will say that if you had tried this on those pistons, it would not have worked. They're a little too tall for Ethan.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I like how crowded it is in here. Oh, a cog mold. Why look, it's, well, I guess it's Mia? Mia was a cog in the mold machine for a while.
No, we're getting names for all of our enemies here.
Soldats. They're all soldats, I think.
Oh no, they get, this is just the first iteration of the Soldat. Look at his version numbering. He clearly has a GitHub where he uploads all of their AI quirks open source and waits for people to add issues, and then he fixes them as he goes with iteration. I adore this. I adore these notes about Heisenberg working his way up to slightly more dangerous enemies to fight the Lycans and everyone else that he intends to betray. He intends to betray everyone with our help, but we decided not to do that, and I think Ethan is better off for it. And this is the alternative. I love it. Heisenberg was just gonna make a bunch of Frankensteins, and he was gonna fight Dimitrescu and her daughters. He was gonna take all this and storm the castle or whatever. Take all this shit for himself. With our help, sure, but it's so classic, dude. I love him.
I can't help but wonder why he chose German names for them. Why Soldat?
I mean, there are... Clearly it's because there are a bunch of tanks in the yard with the abandoned machinery and stuff, and not for any other reason to do with cruel and inhumane human experiments performed by some kind of, I don't know, inspiration Heisenberg may have. Again, just another cog in the machine. That Ethan Winters. You think it's a coincidence? No, you go first. My thing was stupid.
Oh, okay. On the topic of the casting mold over there, and you know that big soldat I fought last time right before getting the relief of the horse. You can actually like just run back into the casting room, and the guy will just he'll deactivate and wait outside his the room he activates in, so you can just kind of ignore him for forever.
Yeah, there are. It's kind of like Dimitrescu or Jack standing outside the door or whatever, where they just don't want to come in that room for whatever reason.
I can't believe that both of you talked over Ethan inserting his large cog into that machine.
Now, hang on there.
Oh, Ethan. Such a disappointment. I thought we could join forces against that bitch Miranda. Truly, truly disappointing. She took me. Took us to be her children. She locked us away in the village. Decades of being forced to serve her. Can you even understand that humiliation? I'm not like my siblings. I want nothing more than to be free of that bitch. So I need power. I need enough power to destroy her. These are the fruits of my power. The strong will destroy the weak. That's the way of the world. You should have never refused me, Ethan.
What a freak.
Ethan has it so succinct. What a freak. That is the most succinct way you could put it. Like, he wants our help, but he also wants to demonstrate that his machines are powerful and have them kill us. He needs our help to defeat Miranda, essentially, because these stupid dumbasses aren't going to do it. But he's just letting us walk around his factory killing them. Like, he's watching us on the camera killing all of his machines, talking about how, like, they're going to beat our ass. Just denying the reality that's, like, right in front of him. Maybe he's got tricks up his sleeve, though. Maybe this isn't the only version of the Soldat. Maybe he progressed perhaps beyond version 1.
Yeah, maybe.
The next one has a paint roller arm.
Oh no, Heisenberg is why Splatoon happened. Shit.
So like the lichens and stuff, like they would be like the octolings and stuff, and the soldats would be the squid. Or no.
It all makes sense now.
No, the soldats would be the octolings. They would be like bionically modified humans and all that. I'm gonna say that if Resident Evil had a fascination with marine life as it does with, insects, Revelations would have been a very different video game. I'm glad there's nobody at Capcom. Holy shit!
He looked up.
I didn't even know that one was there.
Aha!
Nice find, dude. Legit, I've played like so many dozens and dozens of hours of this game now. I thought I had found every treasure, but I guess I have not. I wonder how that glass tastes.
Crunchy.
Dude, he's gonna be like brushing it out of his hair.
I'm kind of thinking about the parallels between Heisenberg and another video game villain. And it's the same sort of thing as, I'm just thinking about it, and if Ethan just kind of put his gun down and loudly yelled, you know what, I think I get your last point, I've changed my mind, I think Heisenberg would take him up on that.
I assume it's the Armstrong method. That's what you're referring to.
Yeah, I was going to.
You stand up, Ethan, and you shake his hand, and you try hard. You try hard not to make a joke about his hand while you're shaking it.
And then Ethan pulls him in for a bro handshake hug, and then does a cool flip and knocks him down.
Well, it seems they're both at this point quoting their hero Ronald Reagan, talking about how strength parallels all. That libertarian power fantasy stuff. Like, I can definitely see both why Heisenberg holds that opinion, even though this guy can't really hold much of anything, actually. And I can see the comparison you're making. You wanna know what these guys remind me of? The comparison I would make. These guys remind me a little bit of the Regenerators in RE4. Hey, you gotta shoot them in specific spots. Unless you have the rifle, then you can just blow through them.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally see it. I fucking hate those dudes, and these guys also harmlessly explode in your face, just like the Regenerators.
Yeah, and plus the rifle can pierce. I don't think you need to shoot I can do it in Mercenaries. I don't know if I can do it in single player, but you don't need to shoot those guys in the front. You can shoot through them with the rifle to hit them in the back. The rifle also will pierce enemies.
I did not know that.
Yes, and that's in that way the comparison becomes even more direct. It's like the rifle with the thermal scope on it in RE4. Just shooting right through them to make them fall over and get all wiggly. These dudes don't get all wiggly if you shoot their legs. I do wish the enemies in this game had more reactions to being shot. They just kind of, like, when you were shooting those basic soldiers earlier, they were just kind of like soaking up the pistol bullets without even flinching or anything or making any sort of movement.
Yeah, they just power right through your shots. It makes them more intimidating and also feels a little, I don't want to say lazy, but they do feel like they have less personality to them than,
They do. it feels like their only real personality comes from their attack animations and essentially the sounds they make, the way they maneuver. Because gameplay wise, they don't really have too much interesting about them. If you shoot, other than like targeting the specific weak spot, which I was just comparing to another video game in the series that's a decade old. Sadly, the enemies in this game are more unique than the molded, I feel, but they are not as good as the molded as an enemy in a video game. I don't know.
Not to interject, but that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Argate, do you not know how to get into that extra bit of area in the previous room?
I might not.
He didn't. Oh, he didn't. Oh.
No.
Yeah, you can pull out some of these grates and you can crawl in and.
No. There's I didn't know there were grates you could pull. There's a different way you can get into that back room that's fenced off.
Oh, what do you mean?
There's a Zoldat lying on a table, and if you shoot him or disturb him in any way, he will wake up and try to kill you and break through the fences.
I did not know that.
I had no idea. Wow.
Clearly, it's a learning experience for everybody here today.
I did not know that. That is such a Resident Evil thing. That's such a, like, I don't know. That's the kind of thing I would never think to try to do. But after you've told me about it, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Ari.
Yeah.
That's a thing I would expect them to do and me to miss.
Also,
the economy here is going nuts. These goddamn soldiers are dropping so many crystals. The Duke is going to be so happy with us. Maybe that's why he sent us here. In the end, the Duke did not give us the quest to collect the pieces of our daughter such that we could collect the pieces of our daughter and repair her general life force. Nah. The riches must be stolen from this fella, who clearly doesn't need them anymore. What fingers is he gonna put all those rings on?
Wait, how did that door close?
Serendipity.
Don't worry about it.
You know what? It was the fan. The fan nicked the door just in the right direction to close it.
Airman, you're...
Oh!
Oof.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. How the hell did that even happen?
I don't know. Hi, Duke.
What if that scared him? What if he was just sitting there having a stogie and all of a sudden, like, the cigar flies out of his hands and he just shoots upward? Warn me before you do that next time, Ethan.
That's fine. I believe this is a fair
Well,
price.
time for work.
You know what? It is time for work. We are getting to work. It is just like Resident Evil Revelations 2. We are stuck in this stupid goddamn factory and we need to join the workforce. Become a part of the factory line in order to escape.
Investment, Ethan.
I don't know if I want to be a part of this factory line. I like my arms. I don't want drill arms. I want to be able to grasp things with fingers.
I don't know. I would say that Sturm became a lot more intimidating after he said farewell to arms.
Good day.
Farewell to Duke.
There might be some. You guys think there might be some symbolism of the soldats being, or everyone here in the factory
Armless?
is basically being armed? Yeah.
Well, it is kind of funny how the basic soldats have one arm and then one drill arm, and then the upgraded ones that we've just fought have two drill arms. I wonder what third arm he's going to replace with a drill.
Got a long way to go.
Yeah,
But
I
it
gotta
is-
say, I can't blame you for calling the Zoldats armless. They are pretty armless.
They're not super intimidating, honestly. But they get more intimidating, and that is why I like Heisenberg's iterative process. We get to see every step of it. We get to see the successes and failures of these enemies, almost as if the game designers were trying to make something that would effectively kill Ethan Winters. and they put everything they came up with one after another.
I will say I'm surprised to see you so consistently break their face masks.
It's got good aim.
Well, because breaking off their face masks puts them into like a kind of a rage mode.
Miranda thinks we're nothing but children. Oh, she doesn't care for us. No. She's long lost all her humanity. I must destroy her.
I don't give a shit about your family drama.
I gotta go. Look, that guy, hey, we can just take this guy's job. Doesn't seem like he's very effective. Needs to build up some upper body strength if he wants to work in the mines. But yeah, they do. They have like a berserker mode if you break their mask. These ones don't. They just seem to be slightly modified kidnappees from Miranda's chambers. Or Miranda, yeah. Like I was gonna say Dimitrescu's chambers, but I guess
Dimitrescu.
they are experiments in the name of Miranda either way. Except for Heisenberg, he has turned tail now. I agree with Ethan. I'm glad we were talking over Heisenberg too, because I also don't care about their family drama. Although it is interesting. Shall we talk about Sturm a little bit? Sturm is.
Oh.
Did I miss something? Did I miss a goat?
What was he screaming about?
Birdcage.
Oh,
Birdcage.
I didn't even see that one. Was it even on the screen?
Yes.
Oh. I should have looked a little closer. I was busy readying what I was going to talk about. Oh well. I'm
And then I
sorry.
interrupted you with my. No, it is I who should apologize.
Oh, what I was going to say is I'm sorry that I wasn't the one to shit on ChaosArgate for missing the birdcage. I'm sorry that it had to be you. Anyway, yeah, I find. I guess I didn't get a chance to clarify. Argate, do you want to talk about Sturm?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about Sturm.
All right,
We've
cool.
been calling him Airman because, you know, he does look like Mega Man 2's Airman.
Well,
But his name is Sturm.
and he is quite indefeatable. He doesn't even have a glowing weak spot to shoot. Well, then again, he has only appeared in front of us in tight enclosed hallways, which does seem to be the specialty of this place. Perfectly designed to mow down the rats running through the maze. This is not in the game as it is, but it may as well still be the case because there's nothing to contradict it. In the concept for Sturm originally was Heisenberg's biological father, who he turned into what we see now. And I kind of like to treat that as if it still is the case, even though it has been kind of uncemented and only exists in that concept. Because when you think about it, that really contextualizes this situation. That wouldn't make this the first dad v dad fight that we've had with a living pair of pants walking around. Would it? Uncle Ethan's coming to save the family, and he's armed. We just need a power glove.
Yeah, all this to say is that C. Jacobs is really enjoying likening this to End of Zoe.
Yeah, but the joke's on you, asshole. You were the one to make the comparison, not me. Because, hey, like, you were the one to say, look at how most of the enemies in this area have no arms. Sturm, the father, has no arms. Look at him running around the factory, just as lost as we are, because he doesn't have eyeballs. He's just a big stupid engine running to kill Ethan Winters. The comparisons make themselves, my friend. You are a genius.
Anyway, these guys are fucking assholes to deal with.
These dudes are awesome. I love
Yeah.
the way this solves a problem with the soldats, which is that they're very slow. You know what would solve that problem? If they had giant jets mounted on their backs.
Hell yeah, give them jump jets.
I just want them to. I just want to take their jets away.
You don't want them to fly away.
No!
Duck! You never duck! You never duck! They wouldn't hit you if you would just duck!
I cannot blame Argate for that because I never ducked any attacks. I always just blocked.
It's so ineffective! The blocking looks so ineffective! Ethan, you suck at blocking so bad!
I have 2 blocking upgrades.
You know what? And you're making use out of them. That is part of why I like the food system, right? Is because it's totally valid to play it that way, where you hold the spacebar and wait for an opportunity to shoot. Like, that's actually super effective against these guys. The only problem is that they don't back up. They just keep walking kind of forward into you. So, like, because they have drill arms. So they just walk forward swinging their drills, like Liquidy said. And if you get caught in them...
It's your own fault.
It's your own hands getting stigmata. But then again, that happened, like, right at the start of 7. What, with Mia stabbing us with that goddamn knife? And then that screwdriver later, too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway.
It's okay, though. Ethan Winters has rearmed. It's fine.
And he's dangerous, too. He's not the bionic commando here. That's the Soldats.
Anyway, we need to make our way up, but we can't because this giant fan is in the, it's spinning, so we just kind of gotta shoot out its batteries or whatever.
You know, it's the big set piece of Airman's stage.
Yes, exactly.
Just watch out for the platforms that fall down when you walk over them.
I was gonna compare this to the clock tower bit in RE4.
Oh, where you gotta like you gotta shoot the wooden blocks, turn the bridge.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you have to stand underneath it to shoot at least one of those. This seems so completely pointless and dangerous. What is the purpose of this absolutely massive turbine other than to be a puzzle? And
It's
furthermore,
a giant fan, so I have to imagine it's a cooling system of some sort.
What in the hell could this possibly cool? Also,
This
there's just
game.
The factory itself.
There's just a bunch of metal falling down into it, getting diced, like into a eternal bottomless pit.
I never said it was effective at doing that.
I'm gonna argue that it's nonsensical. This is insanity what this is. This whole place is completely insane. Whatever that is, it is absolutely there because Heisenberg finds it really cool and not because it actually does anything.
I still posit that it's a cooling turbine for the game. It cools the game. It makes the game cool.
Honestly, it is pretty goddamn cool.
Oh, is that a typo? Ooh. I noticed a typo in the thing.
Listen, Heisenberg was just so excited that he couldn't help himself. He was just so excited about his improvements to the Soldat program. Aha!
Oh, that seems suspect.
Ethan, I think if you're observant, you may be able to find some kind of hole to crawl into to progress. Let's ask this radioactive glowing tape for directions. It probably can speak too. Give you hints.
You know, I was about to clarify the typo I spotted, but now I want to see if the thread will do it. I want to see if they'll pick it out.
I didn't notice it. Argate went through the note.
I didn't notice it either.
Oh no, please see a doctor.
They really shouldn't be that far down. No, you know what? Maybe that's what happens when you become a molded.
Ooh.
Well, you get kind of goopy. Like, okay, we talked about how... Well, no, I guess we never got a chance to talk about it. In RE7, hey you, watching this video, go back and watch the RE7 LP. It's kind of hard to notice, but all of the molded have their eyeballs in their mouths. What about the other balls? What happens to those?
Hold that thought, we're getting sucked in.
Speaking of balls... Ethan's got balls.
Oh, fuck. That is precarious.
What a badass, though, dude.
Shit, that was close.
Ooh, shiny.
Why did that happen? Why that... this place really is unsafe. Argate!
Argate!
Are you serious?
Holy shit!
I think I saw it.
You know what? He just wanted to leave that one. That goat of warding actually protected him from the fan as intended. Thank you, goat of warding. You saved Ethan's life, and therefore, you get to stay in Heisenberg's factory.